I'm Tim Laird for another tasty edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. This time, it's a black tie affair, at least for the food. The chef from Louisville's Marriott downtown is with us. He's making lobster cakes with champagne dressing and a dessert that combines the best of red wine, chocolate, and crepes. Plus, I'll show you the secrets to my whiskey sour whip coming up on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. Hi, I'm Tim Laird, and it's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio here at Bourbon Barrel Foods. And by the way, is anyone hungry? If you like lobster, you'll love what we're making today. Chef Graham Weber from Louisville's downtown Marriott is with us, and he's sharing the secrets to this. Lobster fennel cakes with citrus prawns with all kinds of other Kentucky Proud goodness on the plate. And wait until you see what's for dessert. We're making crepes with chocolate whipped cream and blackberry Cabernet sauce. And the chef is serving all the secrets so you can do it at home. All right, everybody, it's time to get cooking, and I'm excited because we have from Louisville's Marriott Downtown Hotel, Chef Graham Weber.
How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for the invite.
Chef.
How are you?
I'll tell you what, we love the Marriott downtown. It's a wonderful place, great location for food. Even if you're not from out of town, get down, come see you. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're big fans of the show.
And we are too, big fans of Marriott Louisville downtown. We love it.
Right.
You know, that's great. And always something cooking over there. And oh my gosh, tell us about what you're going to be cooking today.
Okay, this is a very elaborate looking dish, but very easy to replicate at home. It is a lobster fennel cake with sauteed prawns, and the prawns are marinated in extra virgin olive oil and some lemon zest.
Oh my God, look at the size of these. Oh my God. Did they put a fight up when you pulled them into the boat? I mean, look at these things. Look at this. Oh, you use a net probably. But other than that, look at these. That is a meal.
Sure.
So where do we start, Chef?
So it's real easy. You take some cooked lobster meat, some of your prawns. For the sake of time, we pre-cut some shallots and sauteed them with some garlic. So we're just going to make the wet mix first, and that's our garlic and shallots.
I'll tell you what, garlic and shallots, what a great combination. Every time I'm doing that on the stove at home, just the whole kitchen just smells so wonderful.
Oh, for sure. We have some local folk stone ground mustard.
Very good.
And that has a nice little kick to it.
Boy, I can smell that. You know, it's amazing. You can tell that that's fresh.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That opens right up. We have some chives. We're going to put a little bit of mayonnaise in there, and then farm fresh eggs.
Wow, and you can tell they're farm fresh. Look at this. Look at how bright yellow that
See how they
yolk
sit
is.
up like that? Yeah.
And they sit up. That's another thing. You've got a fresh local egg. That's
Yeah. You could just, if you ever want to test your eggs at home, you could just drop it in a glass of water, and it should lay horizontal like that. So if it starts laying vertical, it's older. If it starts to float, it's probably not good anymore.
It's the egg test. All right.
It's the egg test. Yeah. So that's our wet mix right there. We're going to mix that together. And the reason we do that is because we have these beautiful other ingredients and we don't want to mush them up too much. So we're going to incorporate all these flavors before we put in kind of our luxury ingredients there.
So is this kind of going to be like a sauce like you would do
This is what's going to keep the cake together.
Oh, so it's the binding unit.
Correct.
This is the glue.
This is it.
All right. Gotcha.
You with me?
I'm with you now.
All right. So we got the lobster in there. All right, I'm going to switch tools here.
All right.
Boom, boom. And then we're going to add our fennel. And we shave it nice and thin. And we put it in orange juice. A lot of people say, you know, put things in lemon juice so they don't turn. But orange juice actually works a lot better.
Does it soften up the flavor too a little bit? Because I know the fennel has got that anise that really is very potent. So you soften it up with a
Sure.
What a great secret that is. Yeah, I do.
Try a piece of that.
All right.
Nice and mild and sweet.
Mm. Oh, that is.
Yeah.
Because normally I don't like the full-on fennel.
Yeah, me neither.
That is delicious.
That's real subtle.
I'm going to make a cocktail with that.
Okay.
Save that juice.
Okay. All right, and then we're just going to add, unlike crab, lobster has a little bit more of a meaty texture. It holds all together, so you do need breadcrumbs to bind that. I know crab cake, sometimes you can get away without it.
But this, you want a little binder on there, and this is like a panko? Or
that is a panko, yep, that's exactly what it is. Panko is a very dry breadcrumb, so you want to enter it cautiously because over time it's just going to keep soaking up some of those liquids.
Oh, that's a good secret to know, just a little at a time, because we're making crab cakes, not cake crabs.
That's right.
Now we're doing a little patty cake over here,
A
right?
little patty cake. That's what we are doing. So we're going to put that there. We're going to let the pans heat up a little bit. We'll do 2 cakes.
That's a good sized cake too. I mean, that's like a meal almost, right? A couple of those.
With the prawns on top, absolutely. So now we got it, and we just put enough breadcrumb just to adhere the lobster to make a cake. So it's still going to be loose. You still have to handle it very carefully. So we're going to go ahead and put some shrimp in. Saute these up.
There they go.
Okay.
There goes the prawns.
There we go.
You know, I learned something. You know, in Australia, you thought they say throw another shrimp on the Barbie. You go to Australia, they don't even know what shrimp is. It's all prawns.
Yep. Then we're going to introduce one of these cakes.
Oh wow.
And we're just going to take that really slow and sear it.
All right, Chef, I'll tell you what, while these are sauteing, we're going to take a quick break, so stay with us with Chef Graham Weber from downtown Louisville Marriott Hotel.
All right.
Welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'll tell you what, we're with Graham Weber from Louisville's downtown Marriott Hotel cooking up. How you doing, Chef? I'll tell you what, we got everything. Look at that. That cake just came out beautiful. See, again, the pan was just right. It's got a nice crust without burning. And look at those prawns. And they don't take long at all, right? When you get they get in there?
Nope. Once they get in, and they'll just do a nice tight curl. You'll see when they're raw, they're almost like a U shape, and they'll get a nice tight curl when they're cooked, and that's kind of a dead giveaway. You're almost there.
Yeah, they curl up, and then they have that nice little pink color to it that you say they're done. We don't need a thermometer or anything like that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to start a little vegetable for the dish as well. We have some asparagus. We're going to saute.
And use fresh ingredients. Now here's a fun fact. Here's a secret I want to reveal on the show. I was telling you that we like to use Kentucky Proud ingredients, but tell me about this little fun fact you said.
So the Louisville Marriott Downtown is the single largest user of Kentucky Proud produce in the state of Kentucky.
Wow! How about that? And I just want to say on behalf of Kentucky Proud, congratulations on being #1. I think it's quite an accomplishment.
We work hard for it, and
Good job.
we plan carefully for it. We have a great produce ambassador who helps us meet those goals and shows us a lot of stuff as it comes on the market. All right.
So those are
they're pretty much
coming together.
And you noticed I got the pans hot for the lobster cake and the shrimp. I did not preheat the pan for the asparagus. That's something you just want to bring up nice and low. It's a delicate vegetable. We're going to add a little radish to that. That radish just needs to be warm. It doesn't even need to be cooked. So it was just 2 different kind of styles for that.
And again, just a little room temperature. You're not really heating that up much.
We're just kind of taking the chill off of that. You can eat these raw, and they just add a little peppery
look at that, and look at that slice. I mean, oh my gosh.
Right?
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Adds a nice little crunch factor to it.
Absolutely. So then we're going to garnish the plate with Lucky Snaps, which are organic clovers.
Lucky Snaps.
Yeah, have you ever seen them before?
No.
Yeah. Try one of those out.
Wow.
Fennel pollen.
Getting lucky in Kentucky right here. Lucky Snaps. Look at that.
That's right. And then we have some pan-fried lentils, which just gives them like a little crisp and a texture element to the dish. So we are.
Wow, that has a great flavor to it.
It's pretty intense, right?
It is. It's delicious, though.
We're going to take our lobster cake.
Beautifully
put
done.
It on the plate.
God, that smells so good.
All right. We're going to take some of our saffron emulsion.
Saffron emulsion. Tell us about that quickly, Chef. It's just
that is essentially shallots, white wine, a little bit of heavy cream butter, and saffron, and it just gives you a nice bright pop on the plate. And we also do a port reduction right here.
Ooh, nice.
And that's a nice contrast for it.
And you want, and what I like about this, you don't want to overpower it because I mean, there's lobster in there. It's a beautiful, nice, tender lobster cake.
I almost prefer putting the sauce outside of the dish so that the people that are eating it can take the sauce as much as they want or as little as they want, because it is a delicate style fish. Then we're just going to take 2 shrimp.
Wow.
Put it on there.
That's...
Put a little
Oh.
radish and asparagus, and you have a beautiful summer light healthy dish that looks like you were in the kitchen all day. And we made it in
That
5
looks
minutes.
absolutely fabulous. All right, stay with us, because when we come back, we'll have an official taste tester, and I have a great cocktail, my whiskey sour whip. So we'll see you shortly. Welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Tim Laird. We've been cooking with Chef Graham Weber from Louisville's downtown Marriott Hotel, and I'm actually with Carol Wade, who's with the Kentucky One Health, right? Foundation.
Correct.
And you have a little special affiliation with the chef. Tell me about that.
We sure do. So we have Doctor's Ball at the Marriott. Doctor's Ball is over 20 years old, and for the last 13 years, we've been at the Marriott, and Chef Graham does a great job for us.
Wow, and you're coming back. I hear 22 years you've been doing the Doctor's Ball.
So the Doctor's Ball funds our medical mission at Kentucky One Health, and we celebrate physicians and community leaders that impact the health and welfare of our community.
That's great. And I'll tell you what, it looks like he did a great job
I know,
here.
I'm excited.
And I know you've tasted his food before, but I'm excited for this, aren't you?
I am.
All right, give it a try, Carol, and see what you think. Nicely
Wonderful.
done. Very
Very
good,
nice.
chef.
Very
You'll get an approval on that.
Thank you so
Very
much.
good. Put smiles on those
Thank you.
faces.
Thank
And
you.
actually, you can take that with you. There you go.
Sure.
Another sign that it's good. Otherwise, oh, this was good, chef. Anyway, I'm going to make a kind of a twist on a whiskey sour. This is my whiskey sour whip. And to do a good whiskey sour, you have to really shake it up because you want a good collar of foam on the top of a traditional whiskey sour. However, you can get one of these frothers at any kitchen store. They're inexpensive, they're battery operated, and they'll do the shaking for you. So it really is a nice little attachment to have. You can shake this, but again, I'm going to use a shortcut, and I'm going to use my frother for this. So, starts out mixing glass. Of course, I'm going to start out with a little Old Forester Kentucky bourbon, and about 2 ounces goes in. My 2 ounces. And then to that, the sour part, there's the whiskey, which is the bourbon. I'm going to use fresh lemon juice. Now, about 2 ounces of this, equal parts bourbon to your sour, which is fresh lemon juice. Don't use that stuff in the plastic thing. Has to be fresh. So 2 ounces of that, and then about 3/4 ounce of simple syrup, 1:1 sugar to water. That's our sweetener. So we want a little sweetener agent in there, but not too sweet. Remember, it's a sour drink, but I want to give it a little bit of sweetness. There we go. And then the frothy part, an egg white. At home, though, I recommend getting pasteurized egg whites. So, but for this, I'm going to use the traditional eggs. Eggs in cocktails way back when were used a lot. I mean, think about eggnogs and some of those other froths and flips and everything else. So just the egg white goes in, and that's going to give us that nice frothy consistency. So 1 egg white goes in, then the frother. Here we go. We're going to whip it up. Like I said before, you got to do a lot of shaking. And if you are going to shake this, you do a blind shake, what it's called. Before the ice goes in, you shake this up because then you get that real frothiness kicked up. And then you put the ice in and finish shaking. So I love it. Because one thing about a whiskey sour, when it's done right, you have that collar of foam on the top, and it's just that texture when you take a sip of it. So I'm getting it nice frothed up. And then now we've got to chill this off, so just take my ice from my cocktail glass. That goes in. And again, I'm going to chill this down, so I am going to give it a little shake. I don't have to shake it as much because we've already frothed it up. Sounds good. I love that sound. That's what my alarm clock sounds like in the morning. That gets me up. Hey, we're shaking now. Anyway, that goes back into the glass. You can do a little lemon twist garnish, or I just like that, the way that frothiness comes right up, that nice foam characteristics. And one thing about it, since it's not an artificial foamer, this will stay on there for quite some time. So, because a lot of times those other whiskey sours, you get the foam, then it's gone. So anyway, I'm going to give this a sip just to make sure. Oh, that is good. You know what it tastes like? If you watch the show, another. Oh, we got a show to do. Anyway, delicious. All right, Chef Graham Weber. We're talking desserts. What do we got going on now, Chef?
All right, we got a millefleur, which is just a French term for 1,000 layers or leaves. So we have crepes. You can make them. They're very easy to make. It is just eggs, a little bit of flour, and a little bit of milk, or you can buy them at a gourmet grocery store and save yourself the time. You know, what we're going to do is just make a really easy filling. We're just going to take whipped cream.
There's a good start right there. Look at that. Look, look at the tie-in between my drink. I had a whip and eggs, and you have that here, and the.
That's right. And we're going to take a little cocoa powder.
Ooh.
The whipped cream's already sweetened, so we don't need to sweeten it.
That'll incorporate very nicely. It's like a folding method you're doing.
That's what I'm doing. Yep, trying to keep as much air still in the whipped cream. Of
nice
course,
fluff.
it's going to take some of it out.
But still, you want to incorporate that cocoa powder. But
right.
Look how beautiful, fluffy this is.
And the cocoa powder is going to stabilize it, so you can make this a day ahead of time, and it will still be fine to serve to your guests.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Once you get a nice even color, you are ready to rock. And you just start out with a crepe.
Crepe on the bottom.
You're just going to spread out your chocolate whipped cream there. And you're just going to do that as many times as you want. The higher you go, the more elaborate it looks on the plate. So I like to do about 9 layers.
Wow. That's fun. But you know what? I mean, these crepes, they're thin, though. I mean, that's...
Yeah, you'll see.
So, I mean, even though there's 9 layers, it's not going to be overwhelming,
it's not
right?
heavy. It's actually a lighter dessert.
Yeah,
That's
I like
all
that.
said and done. So we just keep going.
I mean, that's a good secret, too, that you can buy these, because these are kind of frustrating to make. I mean,
Unless you have a really good pan and a lot of patience.
And that is, I just like the lightness of that in the inside.
Sure.
Got enough for another one? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. So we are going to let that sit, and then we're going to make the sauce really quick.
All right, Chef.
We're going to take some Cabernet,
Oh,
add it there,
because Cabernet and actually chocolate go together. It's a nice little combination in sweetness.
with the blackberries as well.
And the blackberries. Oh, so was that both Cabernet, or that was?
Both Cabernet, yep. We're going to sweeten it up with a little local honey.
Oh.
We're going to bring that to a simmer, and then we're going to tighten it up with a little cornstarch slurry, which is just cornstarch that you get at your local store. We add a little water to it and just whisk it right in there, and it'll tighten that sauce right up. In the meantime, we made some garnishes here. These are raspberries dipped in chocolate, and they have that real elaborate look, but all that is transfer sheets. And what that does is just transfer whatever design you have on there onto the chocolate. So you can
how fun.
You can get them online anywhere. So really, you're just dipping that in chocolate.
So the raspberry goes into that melted chocolate you have on a double boiler there.
Yep. And then it
Dark.
just...
It looks like dark chocolate. Is it? What do
That's
you
a
have
milk
there?
chocolate.
A milk.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just putting it right on.
Right on it. And the heat of the chocolate is actually just melting. What this is a chocolate sprayed on a plastic sheet.
Wow.
And you put that in the refrigerator, and that'll set up in about 3 minutes.
And then you get what we have right over here, which looks like I spent $12 at the confectionery store, right? Look at that. Beautiful, Chef.
All right, so once our
I can smell that Cabernet kind of mixing in with that local honey.
And while that Cabernet's going, we're going to cut this out.
Whoa. And you can see all those layers.
Yep. So we'll take this plate here. You can see the layers all on there.
Beautiful.
Our sauce is now coming to a simmer. We're just going to put a little water in there.
That's where you get that slurry going with the cornstarch.
That's it.
And here's the key. You want to mix that up before going in there, otherwise you're going to get those lumps,
You are. Yep.
which I've experienced before.
You're not alone. You're amongst friends.
But here's the secret. Mix it with a little water first before you get your
Yep.
starch.
And you're just going to put a little bit in there.
You know what's amazing? It happens pretty quickly, too. I mean,
Very
a little
quickly.
bit, all of a sudden it's thick. And that was just simply Cabernet and local honey.
That's it. And we're going to put some blackberries in it at the end. We want to wait till the end so we preserve some of the texture, but we do want that nice.
But already,
fresh
look
flavor.
at it. It's thickening
It's a
up
nice
already.
sauce. Yeah, absolutely.
Some beautiful berries. Oh, this is fun. And this is a dessert we can do at home. This really is one of those things.
Really easy.
But it looks, I mean, very complicated when it's served.
So we're going to take a look there.
Oh.
So we got just enough sauce to kind of accent it. We can garnish it with a little edible orchid. And then some of our
God, now that's...
chocolate-covered raspberries.
And that's it.
That's it.
That looks great, Chef. I'll tell you what. Again, easy enough to do at home since you shared the secrets, but even easier than that, why don't we come down and see you, Chef Graham Weber, at Louisville's Downtown
Please do.
Marriott Hotel, and you'll do that for us, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that is great, but you do a lot of special events, fun things, always a great time. I love it down there, so even if you're not from out of town, locals, come down anyway, enjoy some great meals with Chef Graham Weber.
thank you.
I love it. Anyway, that'll do it for this edition of Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Tim Laird, and we'll see you next time. Awesome.